Good morning, everybody. Welcome behind the scenes here at Jamie Riddler Studios. I'm Jamie, and it is Friday. And I'm sorry I couldn't be here on Tuesday. What I'm finding is as I am making sure that everything is on track in the studio and really getting ready for our move and our reno, a lot of my energy is taken up. And so it's getting harder for me to show up to these behind the scenes. So that's something to think about. One of the things I know is that this change in my life, this time away, is really going to be a time to reevaluate everything. I'm not saying that I won't be here. I'll be here always in some way. I am on a mission to inspire you to get to your creative work, a mission to spark that creative fire, a mission to encourage you to get creating whatever it is that's stirring in your soul, that's saying, I want to be born through you. I want to help you say yes to it. And in doing so, in saying yes to your creativity, your ideas, your projects, that enlivens you, that brings you joy, that wakes you up, that it makes you see what's possible within your studio. And remember, your life is your studio. So if you can create on the page, you can create your day. If you can create on the dance floor, then you can create your year. We have so much creative capacity, and I am here to remind you of that all the time. Sometimes I'm here with the BTS, sometimes I'm here with my newsletter, sometimes I'm here with the class, I'm here with the studio yearbook, but that's what I am here to share with you. I am so excited that today I'm also going to be sharing with you some contributions to our beautiful neighborhood, our art invitational. And I want to say, if you want to get something, if you want to contribute to the BTS Art Invitational this season, then please get it in the mail right away. Because usually I'm here till about the end of the first week in April, and then I take a break. And then I usually come back in May, but based on my situation, I may be coming back this summer in an entirely different situation. So I'm not sure what will happen to the Art Invitational. So if you've been wanting to do it, now is your time. Our theme this season is neighborhood. Share something that you would love. If you were creating your best imaginary neighborhood, what would be in it? Or share something from your neighborhood. I love that we have the view out people's windows. Rolling with change, rolling with what is part of living a creative life. Yesterday, I was getting ready for the huge ephemera exchange that we're doing as a part of the studio yearbook this season. And if you haven't got a studio yearbook, go on over to openthedoor.ca and you'll see a yearbook tab at the top. Consider joining us. We are under a week away till spring starts. Yay! I still love you, winter. Thank you for your blessings. And I am ready for open windows and daffodils. I really, really am. And I know the kittens are ready for open windows too. But this season, it's maybe a one-up, who knows? This season we are doing a big ephemera exchange. So if you buy the yearbook before the first day of spring, you'll have an opportunity to join in and get matched up with a buddy to send one another ephemera. We're just going to limit it to an envelope this size. This is one of the pieces of art. It's great to have it as a way of showing you, of demonstrating, but will be just this size minimum. Of course, oh my gosh, look at this, perfect, okay? So it could be this size, it could be this size, or even if you wanted to, you could do this size. That's totally up to you. But the exchange will be at minimum this size and at minimum 25 pieces of paper. But you have to have your studio yearbook to be a part of it. We are sending each other things that we might love to glue into our yearbook or use in our yearbook. One of the reasons I created the yearbook, one of the things I love about it is it's sort of like a creative practice in a journal. It really does take you through a lot of the practices that I have learned in my creative life really support and nourish me. So an inspiration practice, how do we learn to actively look for inspiration every day? This isn't about happening to notice. This is about like, okay, every day I want to find something that inspires me. I want to have an idea sparked, 7 ideas sparked. Where am I going to look? How can I get proficient at creating inspiration, even out of kind of crappy situations? Like when we were doing the ephemera exchange yesterday, I was setting it up, and it took longer than I expected, and it required me learning technology I didn't want to learn. You know, when you have that, when you're like about to do something, you're like, oh, I don't know how to do this, or the system I use has changed and now I have to learn something new. And I don't know about you, but sometimes my reaction is, okay, this looks good, let's do it. And sometimes it's like, oh man, I don't, sort of like slumping back, I don't want to do this. And I was feeling that way a little bit yesterday, frustrated. I only had so much time to work on it. Why was this technology getting in my way? And I was like, stop. Be where you are. Be with the truth. I want to get this done. This is the way to do it. Is it valuable to me to learn this? Yes. Will it help me achieve my goal? Yes. Will it help me achieve more than my goal? Yes, most likely. Once I've learned this, I can use this learning again and again and again and again. And so fighting it just adds more energy to it. It takes more time. It takes more effort because you're having to move over your own resistance, your own anger, your own frustration. Instead, set a time so it doesn't feel like it's going to take forever. Say, you know what, for the next half hour, I am going to be here with this. I am going to give it my attention. I'm going to learn how to use it. And I'm going to do my best to see the value in this moment. And that's what I did. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud that I learned something new. I'm proud that I stuck with it. I'm proud that I showed up. And that is a tool that'll serve me again and again and again. This morning, I was thinking about when I did last year. If you have been with me for a while, you know, last summer, I was in a dance performance. I guess I was thinking about aging in our dreams. And I was thinking about how often we start to think it's too late. I mean, when I was 15 and I wanted to dance, I thought it was too late. And if I was wrong then, what else am I wrong about now? So when we start to think that it's too late, I missed my chance. Last year being able to dance in a dance performance at a major arts festival here in Toronto, it's not something I would have anticipated that I would be doing at this stage. And that really brought my love of dance to the fore. And talking about it, I think, stirred some love of dance in this community. And then I taught Awakening in February, which is going to be coming out as a DIY class. So you haven't missed out on that either. I'm working on that behind the scenes. But we don't always know what's going to happen. That's part of the reason life is such a grand adventure. But what we can do, this is what I was thinking about that I wanted to share with you, is be ready. To be always an artist at the ready. To be engaged in your practices. To be honing your skills. And to be working on yourself. And to be developing a sense of self, a sense of voice, a strength, a confidence, an ability to say yes to opportunities, to respond to the moment. And so that's why we're in training. It's like when we work out physically, that allows us to respond to all sorts of things in life. You know, I remember when I was studying to be a NIA teacher, one of the things that Debbie Rosa said was that she thought NIA, which is a barefoot movement practice that is rooted in dance arts and martial arts and healing arts, she said one of the thoughts behind it was so that as you got older, you could run to the bus. You know, you could be available to life. You could, fall down and get back up. And that's a part of the training so that you can roll with those moments. Well, that's the case for our creatives' lives too. So if we are used to painting, if we are used to writing, if we are used to expressing our thoughts, if we know our colors, if we have honed our voice, if we know what inspires us, if we we're used to working with ideas, when we've trained and experienced failure in getting through it, facing obstacles and moving around them or busting through them, when we work in the studio, we are ready for creative opportunities. We're ready for life opportunities because we are agile, we are tuned, and we are ready. And so your creative practice is valuable. Every day it is valuable. It is preparing you to show up to your life, to your creative life in a way that is resilient, confident, strong, supple, inspired, positive, and ready. And that's what I want for you. So on that note, let's look at some art. Yay! So let's see what we have here. Oh, rocking my reading glasses. Hold on. So let's see what we have here. I love this. Has a beautiful quote on the back. Wherever you are, it's your friends who make your world. Now that's an interesting take on neighborhood, isn't it? That your neighborhood is made up of your friends. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. This is from Christine in Calgary, Alberta. Hi, Christine. And look at this. She says, it's been pretty snowy here for the week, but so beautiful on my street. With all the trees, there are plenty of birds to feed. The bird houses are a whimsical touch. Isn't that awesome? So those are her trees and the birds. And I love, look at this format. Isn't that wonderful? It could sit on your desk and hold itself up. It's beautiful. Christine, thank you so much for sending that. I can't wait to put it on the board. It has been snowy here too. We're starting to feel a little bit of a sense of spring, and I am looking forward to it. So I'm trying not to leave winter before she is complete. Chris, this is from you. I know you were worried about it getting to me, so it is here, and I am so glad. So let's see what you have sent for the BTS Art Invitational this season. I see people love birds. Let's see. This collage represents my neighborhood. That's Mount Hood. In the background, it's visible from a lot of places in town, and the flowers and birds are all about my piece of the neighborhood. Crow is one of my spirit guides, and jays are a memory link to my childhood. Isn't that beautiful? I love, Chris, the very personal way you've created this collage, and also the way that opens up a sense of neighborhood being kind of like where we feel at home, where we are physically and tangibly, where our spirit is connected, and where our history also roots us. So thank you for that. I absolutely love that perspective. I'm so glad it arrived, and I'm sorry you had some worries about whether it was going to get here. And lastly, we have something from Sandeep. Hi, Sandeep. I will see you later today at Journal Club. Look at this. Can you see? What a tree. Okay, I got to read about this. And also, I just love, okay, let me show you. Look what Sandeep did. Can you see? She sent me a piece that had fallen. Just crushed the needles to smell. Oh, that is glorious. That is my first scented art invitational, Sandeep. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to put it in my yearbook. So this is the Western red cedar that lives in Sandeep's backyard. Amazing. And it sure stands tall in the neighborhood. Every day when I sit to eat my meals, I get to look out the windows and feel its presence directly. It represents to me many things: grounding, strength, support, the wisdom of an elder. And as I love the forest so, how grateful I am to have this beauty constantly with me. The Western red cedar has a special significance to BC coastal First Nations for so many things: canoes, longhouses, totem poles, masks, clothing, tools, baskets, medicine, and more. So here I share its magic with the BTS community. Thank you. Thank you for sending this beautiful Western red cedar all the way from BC to Toronto. I am so excited to add it and its magic to our neighborhood. Thank you to everyone who shares their creative gifts here on the show and there in your life. I am so thankful every time someone shares their creative heart. It changes the world. It absolutely changes the world. Thanks so much for being here with me today. Thanks so much, especially to those of you who have sent in some art. There's still time. Create something this weekend and send it to me on Monday. I'll see you